Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, Shinhui and Danielle. How are you guys? Good to hear. Yeah, I've been good. Yep, it's good to start a new month fresh. Let's make sure we start good here. So PRPO is starting to reclaim VWAP here. If this starts to curl, holds VWAP as support, I think this will look decent for a long later. But let's see what it does. If it goes out of control, then cannot do anything about it. Oh yeah, Ocgn looks good. And it's from this cup and handle breakout today, pre-market. So yeah, like I mentioned on Friday, this could go to 14, 15, 16. It could be the day where it squeezes. And I bet it trapped a lot of shorts here on this break. So shorts might be stuck here. If this actually holds this level, around 1465. If it actually holds this level, curls here, we might see a $50 break, and this can go to 16. Yeah, this is a short trap right here, and it's reclaimed that level. So a lot of the shorts that were piled in here, they're at a loss right now. If it consolidates here, it'll definitely squeeze all those shorts out from earlier. So hopefully it doesn't break here. Hopefully it gives us at least another 5 minutes of consolidation. Yeah, USIN looks like it's getting extended. So this needs a decent bounce. So HT no setup, but if it retests the 15-minute chart and maybe consolidates and holds a higher low over 330, we could look for a long position. I'll just create an alert here above like 332 or so. So PRPO attempted to reclaim VWAP here. So support became resistance and now it's holding on support. So it actually might break out here, but it's a little too early for me, so I'm not gonna take it. It looks like, yeah, there might be some buying power after reclaiming VWAP there. It might break out. But yeah, I'm not gonna take it. I think it needs maybe one more dip towards the 5-minute chart. And then the next time it breaks like 244 or so, it'll probably look better. So it needs a dip here. It's gonna go a little too early here if it breaks. Yeah, so too early for me. If it runs, then it runs without me. But I mean, I think it hasn't broken like high of days at least, so maybe we'll get something set up later. But like a decent pullback to maybe 230s and then kind of higher for low and reclaim, and that'll probably look better for like 250 break. Keep it on watch. Set a price alert to 48 or so, just right below that breakout. Let's see if we get something forming there. Oh, Fami looks pretty decent too. It had a nice run on Friday. Retested, reclaim, it's holding above VWAP. I might actually attempt to take this long trade here. If it breaks 54, 54.17, stop at 53s. So you're risking about 2.5 cents or so. Okay. I actually want to see one more dip, but potentially you could buy here 54s, risking 53s. A cent risk, but I'd like to see one more dip. So PRPO actually broke out and rejected there pretty harshly, or it actually didn't break out of days, but it attempted to break out there. And you see it's got rejected, and the reason being is extended, and the expectation is it should be pulling back to 230s. Actually pulled back to 230 at that candle right there, the huge candle. So it actually looks decent now if it breaks 250, because it has retested the 230 area and VWAP. But it'll look nicer if it consolidates a little here to get some more shorts in, and then we can squeeze them out at 250 break. If Fami could pull back here, like test 53s one more time. Yeah, like this. I'll try this break. Is it 54.20s? So what even looks better is if it actually retests this and then reclaims like this, and then we could buy this flag here at 54.20s. I think that'll look stronger if it actually pulls back to the 15 right now and reclaims. But if it does break out, I will probably take the 54.20 break. I'll take the 54.20 break, stopping at whatever this low is, or this low. But we might need to pull back on the 15. Look at the 15-minute chart. It looks decent. You got this huge wick, but it'll look nicer if it kind of pulls back to the 90 MA here. Apple, yeah, Apple's high float. Looks like a recovery day from Friday's action. It has resistance at this 137 area. Got rejected on Thursday. Yeah, I can see pretty clear resistance around this 137 area. Rejected there on Thursday. Could be a triple top there. We might, recovery day, maybe we'll still pull back after. We'll see. It really needs to get above 137 to be a strong chart. So PRPO, nice pullback there off that 250 rejection. I think one more test of 250 and maybe a higher low, and then a breakout. I'm gonna set another alert here since my previous alert got triggered. Alright, so I'm gonna take Fami here. I took Fami. It might be a little early. I'm gonna have a tight stop around 53s. I could risk 53s for it. I could downsize if it does break like 53 50s, but I'm at like 5,000 shares. I'm at 15 or 10,000 shares on Fami for this break right here. I'm gonna put my stop around this 53.50 area, stopping a full stop at 53s. So a nice little volume spike there on this break. So let's see what it does. But I'm long 10,000 shares here on Fami for this idea here on this pullback. Held a higher low, so we might see a little push here, pulls back, and it holds a higher low, another higher low, and breaks. I think it'll look good for a high of day. Alright, so I don't really like this candle here. It's a breakout red wick, so I might have to see what happens here, but it might be a fake breakout. So I'm gonna be cautious of this, and if it does break like 53, if it fails to hold a low, higher low, I'm probably gonna just exit. Yeah. But this really need to hold this 5-minute chart. Alright, so a downsize there to just 5,000 shares. Alright, so I took it off there because of this fail flag. So took a $69 loss. That's okay. I'll revisit it. I'm gonna extend this flag line. So it was a decent looking flag. I think the only downside was just a little bit extended on the 15-minute chart, and I mentioned like it looked better if it actually like pulls back to the 15-minute chart and then reclaims, and then that'll look a lot better. But here we can stop out and revisit. I think it's fine to take a small loss, and then just extend this flag line from this fail break high, and then let's see what it does here. Consolidate a little longer, and we might get another flag later. But you know, put another price alert here. Yeah, but I'm all out. So if it actually breaks 53 here, we might get a 52.50 test. But yeah, I'm just gonna move on from this $69 loss there. No biggie. RHE's going parabolic here. Yeah, historically this doesn't hold its gains, so but surprisingly it is having a second day squeeze. In the past, RHE just silts back down every time it gaps or have a huge move. Pretty much all of these days is just wicks on the top side on the daily chart. So it's telling me that it just goes highs and gets rolled back down. But yeah, I'm just a little surprised that it has a second day today. But if it follows its path, we should see it kind of pulls back maybe towards the end of the day on the second day. So you do have a higher 1577. It's halted, so nothing too much there. Yeah, Fami is probably gonna pull back by 53s, maybe reclaim 53 and break 54 again. I think it'll look a lot better in 30 minutes. So Houston's trying to break high of days. It's a little bit extended on the 5-minute, so we might see a pullback. But no setup on either side. Hey Dante, Moderna. And Moderna's chart looks pretty bullish. The only thing is it's going to reach its all-time high here right today at 189.26. So let's see how it reacts to that. 189.26. So it pretty much hit it right here this morning. Right here. Had a little doji candle and sold back off. So this was pretty much that 189.26 here. Or pretty close. But it is reclaiming after it held, or after it sold off. Reclaiming VWAP, and if it consolidates along here and breaks 189 or higher days, it's probably going to make new all-time highs. But yeah, it made a huge move from this recovery, so I would expect it to pull back maybe in the next 30 minutes or so and consolidate for an hour or two before breaking these highs. So I don't think it's going to break anytime soon. It's probably going to pull back a little bit, maybe to 184, consolidate a little longer, and then break high of days here, and then that might break all-time highs. But yeah, it looks good for now, but intraday it looks also decent. It's bounced off the 90 EMA pretty well. So the 90 EMA, if you add that to your chart, it's a pretty good indication of if it's extended or not. Anytime it's far from this line, we should expect a pullback. So a lot of my strategies, I use the 90 EMA to either short if it's extended back down to the 90 EMA level. You can see here, every time it's fully extended, it pulls back down, extended, pulls back down. Even on the downside, right? It's extended on the downside, pulls back up to the 90 EMA, and then you have consolidation, which is just if it goes sideways, then the 90 EMA doesn't work as well. It's good for a trend watching, or like trend follow. Not so good on a channel consolidation, so just ignore all those signals. But if it's trending higher, you could look at those 90 EMA dips to dip buy, but I'm not really a dip buyer. I usually watch it for like extensions to short off, or if it's tested the 90 EMA, then I will watch to on alongside if it's sets up like a flag like this, and then it's hugging the 90 EMA like that, and then you can see a flag break. But yeah, it's bouncing up the 90 EMA again second time, but yeah, you might get some resistance. It's a little bit extended on the 90 EMA, so you might just get a day that just sits here and you get another day that pulls back. And yeah, it went from 118 to 190, so we might get another kind of pullback one more time, maybe retest this level here at 160. So we'll see how it reacts here. It breaks the all-time highs and it looks good, but it's definitely made a huge journey already from this trend, so I would expect a bigger pullback. Maybe you pull the weekly chart, maybe it's extended. Yeah, if you look at the weekly chart, it's extended on the 90 EMA. So maybe that pullback that I mentioned will be, it should be anticipated there. So Fami had a nice dip here. So we attempted a long position here. A failed breakout, increasing volume. Was a red candle with a high wick, kind of like a doji. So it's was a lot of weakness on the breakout. So I just stopped out pretty much early there. Took a $70 loss. It now has tested the 15-minute chart, 90 MA. So you pull the 15-minute chart. It's pretty much tested, held it. It's kind of like dip and held. So if this actually reclaims VWAP, like holds 53 as support or 54, we could see a breakout maybe happening in 30 minutes from now. And then that breakout could potentially meet high of days again. So we'll see what happens here. If it reclaims higher low, consolidate around 53, 54, and then breaks 54, I think it'll look good. Yeah, Ocgn, CN squeeze. I mentioned earlier that shorts are probably trapped here. Shorts probably piled in here. And then once it reclaims right here, I think a lot of shorts were pretty much stuck, and this is just a short squeeze. But the prior daily high was like 18 area, so potentially we can get there. It was a nice little flag breakout after it's caught up, after it consolidated and let the 90 MA catches up. So it wasn't extended anymore. So we have some potential like daily buyers, swing trade buyers would will likely buy this candle and maybe a follow-up candle. But definitely squeezing out shorts. Maybe some shorts that piled in here for a swing short, for like a fade back down. But when it's holding, I think this candle here might have some shorts stuck on the daily side. So maybe some swing shorts are covering as well. Alright, SSY. This looks pretty interesting. I might take a long here. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, that broke out just prematurely right there. The 330 break, stop at 318. Looks decent. The only downside is the spread is really wide. It's like 4-cent spread at times, and you're getting like a 10-cent range. So it might be a little tricky, but maybe 335 break. Yeah, maybe one more pullback to the 15-minute chart. It's a tiny bit extended here. So like one more pullback to the 15-minute chart, and then maybe it sets up for a 335 break. I think it might look okay. But yeah, again, it's so tricky. You can see that the spread is like 5-10 cents at times, so it's not gonna be an easy one. ISNS has a little rip here. But definitely not a long trade here yet. We'll see what happens. So it just broke its prior Friday high. Now it's made like 2 years high now, or all-time highs on ISNS. Looks like it's halted. So ISNS is halted on the upside here. Volatility halt. So I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe we'll get a short trade later on it. But that is quite a squeeze. Yeah, I think. Let's see, we pull back 5 years. Yeah, it's definitely hit all-time high, so probably that was a huge short squeeze on the daily side too. So Fami. Alright, so Fami, I'm gonna put an alert at 3 hits above this level here. Just from the chart now. Why did I stream the open? I usually don't trade the open. Yeah, you can see it on my bottom right there. That first rule, I avoid 10 to 15 minutes of market open, so I don't trade the open. And the reason being, it's a lot of volatility, and yeah, I think you could make a lot of money from the open, but you can also lose a lot of money. And there's a lot of randomness from you know, gap ups and gap downs. So there's a lot of people are stopping out or stops being ran and stuff. So those are unpredictable, and there's just too much volatility. And because I'm looking for more patterns to form. You know, the first few minutes, you don't get much patterns unless you're looking at pre-market patterns. Like on this Fami, there might be some lower highs here, a little flag, and then maybe you could buy that breakout and stop it here, but I don't think it's worth the risk. You might just get a pop and then like slam back down pretty harshly. So I don't really trust the 10-15 minutes. So that's why I don't stream the open. Or normally I just don't trade the open. I just like wake up 10 to 15 minutes later. Just so I avoid that. But yeah, I've traded the open before. It's just not my style. I usually wait for patterns to set up before taking a trade, and not just chase things. Let's see what else is moving. So RHG is definitely extended, which might see it pull back to 13. It broke high of days a few times. I don't know how much it borrows. Oh, there's no locates at all. So where do I have locates on my Thinkorswim? Yeah, so no locates here, but yeah, it's extended, so we might could see it pull back here, but no locate. So if you have any luck locating, you can see maybe a $13 pullback. Ocgn. So Fami pretty much fell flag and continue to fail there. So nothing going on there. Usin double top, pull back to the 5-minute and looks pretty weak. It's pulling back to the 15-minute chart. Broke VWAP as well. So double top here. Let's see, what's their signal here? I don't know. It's not a clean signal, but it's a little trend line break around this area. Maybe risk high days. It's not the cleanest setup though. SB. So last week's scan, yeah, RHE is probably like the better looking one to short right now. But yeah, so it's lower high here. Got your little inverted cup and handle. Getting the break of this. What is this level? Just gonna watch it. I'm not trading it. No locates. But yeah, just gonna see like if my plan plays out here. So it's you can short there. 1380 stop here. That's probably the play. And there you go. $13 retest. Yeah. So that wouldn't have worked out. Just no locates. Yeah, it seems like a slow Monday morning. Yeah, but Mondays are usually slower because of the weekend. Usually Tuesday is sort of picks up a little bit more because we have Monday's runner or Monday's action. Maybe there's some continuation. But yeah, it's scanning through the stocks here. I don't see anything much going on. Maybe we'll get something on this SB if it sets up, but FM. It's extended on the 5-minute chart. Small range, but it could work. I think it bounced off this trend line and then maybe a lower high, one more lower high. Or a fell 15-minute or 1-minute chart. So yeah, it's gonna take some time. I think it needs another 5 minutes sideways. OCGN. OCGN is getting a little bit extended, so we might get a pullback to like 1480s before going higher, but it is tested. It feels like shorts are getting trapped, and they might get trapped again over here, and it's recovered. So yeah, you might have another leg. But yeah, on the daily chart or the hourly chart, it looks pretty clean for that breakout to continue. So you have like this. So you have this initial day here, or this initial flag that broke out on Friday. It retested the breakout level on that hourly candle, this one, and held. And then now you have this trendline breakout, or like cup and handle type, huge cup and handle. And this breakout, I think it could go, had to have a huge leg on the daily side, like a bigger contact. But definitely it's getting extended, and you might get a pullback today to 14s, at least, to go higher later on the week. But yeah, it's definitely getting extended now on the hourly chart, so I would expect at least a $14 pullback later today. But definitely, like on the contacts on the daily, it can go higher. The context of this, it has a nice little flag, broke out. So RHE, okay, yeah, so that would have been like a scalp there to the 5-minute chart. It held and then high day rejection. Crazy action there. Oscar, how old do you think I am? Yeah, ISNS is pretty crazy. This is all-time highs on ISNS, so we would expect it to squeeze pretty high. Yeah, if you look back to like pretty much its time period, it's all-time highs now. And historically it kind of fades back down, so I think a lot of swing shorts were expecting like a short and hold to the downside, and I think a lot of them got stuck here. But we might get a short on it, but be really careful still on the front side. It looks like it's gonna go higher now again. We'll see. Yeah, pop M higher. OCGN looks pretty decent as well. Extend on the 15-minute chart. So for OCGN, it's quite a bit extended on the 15-minute chart. It hasn't tested the last like hour or so, so we might see it pull back OCGN to 1470s or so. But if we get a little bounce here, I'll probably look for a short on OCGN. But if it doesn't bounce, I'm not gonna take it. Yeah, so it looks like it's pulling back now to 1470s. If it had one more pullback here, like a lower high, so we got a tighter risk. Right now, if you take this break at that 15 area, your stop is at 1530, so that's like a 30-cent risk, right? And your target is like 30-cent move would be down here, and you might get a bounce off this, so it's not really worth it. So you want to see a lower high here, so you get a tighter risk, like 10-cent now when it breaks 15, and then now you get like a 20-cent target. You got 2-to-1 ratio for your risk to reward. Here you would add only 1-to-1, but it would have to go much further to get the same amount of risk. But yeah, a little too early for me, so I didn't take it. But a higher low here, or lower high, would have been a lot better to take a tighter risk. But yeah, this pullback is expected to 1470s because it's extended on the 15-minute chart. You can see it's a little bit extended. Expected to be a retracement there. But no trade for me there. A little bit premature. Maybe the better spot would have been like here when it potentially broke, held the 5-minute chart and then broke down, and then you could have short a little higher, risking this. Could have been a spot, but so Oscar, to answer your question. Yeah, I think you got almost the right range. I'm 32. Price target for PAVM. Let me check it out. Yeah, PAVM. Let me check the institutional ownership on this. PAVM has 11% institutional ownership, 7% short float. When I started trading, I watched a lot of day trading videos from a lot of people. Mostly just found them online. But like those type of trading styles I don't really apply, because I think everyone has their own, and I think that's where you kind of gather all that education you learn from day trading and experience, and then you almost create your own type of style. Like almost everyone has their own style, I would say. But you can just kind of tweak to make it work for you. Yeah, so OCGN, I think we will probably get a reversal on it later. Like right now there's a 15-minute bounce right here. It's a 15-minute bounce and a VWAP, so the volume weighted average price. So it's the blue line, it's the volume weighted average price. So we might get a little bounce here, and maybe a few candles sideways, like a big inverted cup and handle forming, and we'll break through that, and we'll get a 1380. It's extended on the hourly chart, so definitely not a long trade anymore for OCGN. So don't look to buy long because it's extended on the hourly chart. So we're gonna get a retest towards the end of the day. to $14. Yeah, to answer your question for PAVM, it looks like it's a daily breakout. It's $5. So you could go to 550, I think. So I think you'll definitely get some resistance at 560. So around this area, 563. So you can see it was resistance there. Then it held support here, 560. So you might get a pop. So this was like a head and shoulders. If you look at this, inverted head and shoulders. You got your shoulder, head, shoulders. So now you're gonna be able to break through that. And I think 560 is gonna be an area of resistance. So if it does run, and if you do have a position, I would look to sell around this 560 area. Also it's a cup and handle. So cup and handle is pretty much just like a head and shoulders, just half of that. But yeah, this one looks like it's a daily breakout. I don't know if there's any news on it, but it looks decent. You might get a pullback if it does, and then you get another day where it goes to 563. If not today, you might see a little pullback if it holds this area. If it holds this resistance level like this as support, we can see it go to 563. I'm from California. CTXR. Thanks, Pervy, for the sub and liked. Yeah, pleasure to teach. Yeah, right now I'm not getting any monetization on my YouTube channel. Just starting to build it, but yeah, the donations, yeah, are welcome, but it's not needed. BTU. Yeah, BTU is like a recovery day as well. Filled the gap. So I had bad earnings. Oh wait, it says earnings beat 47%, but estimated actual. So they beat earnings, so maybe they have bad guidance or something. So I got an alert on my PRPO. Okay, so PRPO broke out there. Dang, I was watching this too. I had an alert at 248 in case it sets up, but it looks like it just broke out without us. So it might have been this spot here that people were, after it tested the 15-minute chart and held the 15-minute chart here, high or low. I think this was the area to buy, risking this little. So a pretty tight spot there. Like 5 cent risk right there, and it's a huge explosion move. Too bad it didn't set up for us when we were watching it. One like equals one push up. Yeah, I think maybe I should do that. Do it on the stream. Yeah, I think this would look. I felt like this is decent, but yeah, it looked like it ran pretty maturely, but it's a nice little breakout. It didn't even try to hold VWAP as support, so interesting spot. It's like ripped to highs. Yeah, OCGN bouncing on the 15-minute chart and VWAP area here. Probably gonna try a 15-minute flag break there. But yeah, not gonna take it. So Fami, I'm gonna have I have to alert too, but I'm gonna set an alert here. If it reclaims VWAP later, I'm gonna be interested in taking a long trade. Something like this. Flags. It'd be like a cup and handle here, and then breaks. That's Fami. Looks pretty weak right now, but looks decent if it sets up over VWAP. Pav M definitely continue to trend higher here. So ISNS has a little high of day flush here. Let's see, did I have shorts on it? So no locates there. Oh, it's pretty cheap. 1.8 cents. Alright, so if this gives a lower high, if you get a nice bounce here, there is SSR on, so it might be trickier to enter the trade. So SSR is short sell restriction. So there's a bounce. So I think, yeah, a bounce here and then a short on the trend break, risking that bounce high. We can see a 720 pull back to 720 probably. But yeah, let's see what happens. So this bounce needs to be a lower high. If this bounces, if it goes too huge, we might need another one. But if it does break here, you see going to 720, but there is short sell restrictions. Alright, so I think that bounce is too high. So I'm just gonna avoid this. I mean, it could probably still work. If it rejects at $8, you could probably take the short through 780 if it sets up over the side. We might need another lower high like this. Yeah, PAV-M, let's see. Yeah, definitely here it's approaching this level, 563. That's the level that I mentioned. It is speeding up, so you can see increase in volume. Increase in volume and increase in range. So my guess here is when you see this increase in volume, increase in range, it's gonna have like huge range bar like this, and it's gonna have like big red candle. That's my guess. Yeah, so 560 is the only resistance right now that I see. In the next resistance. After that is probably like 620s, and then probably this high is at 659. Alright, so 550 hits 550 there, Nice little wick topping tail. A very huge volume on that topping tail. But it could also mean that short spout in there. Yeah, it's still a lot of strength to it. It's still increasing volume. I think it will probably hit the 560. I think it's not ready yet. Yeah, don't. Okay, I do have shorts for TD. So 541 is definitely a level here. Alright, so I broke it a little bit there, but that's the full 90 MA test. I think it still has one more leg to it. I think it's probably gonna have another push. We'll see. But it is extended. We should see it pull back to 520s, but I'm not sure if it's gonna happen now or it's gonna be in the next 10 minutes. So there's the pullback. It's approaching that 560 level, 550 top there. I'm not a big fan of how it moves though. Very algo-y. Yeah, the way it moves is very algo-y. It's probably not the best to trade this one, but so you have a trend line here. Nice pervy. That's a good spot. 540. Yeah, it's definitely going to 520s. Just not sure if it's gonna go test it now or maybe another bounce, and then 525s later. But definitely extended. But I'm not gonna short it because it looks a little. The way it's trading is a little weird, a little jumpy. PRPO. Huge red candle there. Big volume, 2 million. So I don't have locates, I think. Yeah, PAVM broke down there. So nice sales at that 540. Definitely this 550 top here is people were anticipating that 560. They got a little bit early. 5 PRPO. Yeah, this bounce is a little too small. I'm not gonna take it. So this needs a bigger bounce. But let's see what it does here. Okay, so it hit resistance at this gap down. Or it filled the gap? Okay, no, it's like midway. Almost filled the gap there. It's below this area. Alright, so this 572. Yeah, I want a bigger bounce here, but 572, 583. I might try to take this small through 272s, but I want a more bounce. So the 5-minute chart is at 250s. So this could pull back to 27 or 250s. So 282 is these highs, 272 is the cup line. I want a bigger bounce for this inverted cup and handle break, but I'll take the 272 if it does break though, risking 282s. But yeah, okay, so it looks like here's the attempted bounce. So 257s. Alright, I'm gonna try some here. I only got filled 200 shares. Alright, I'm at 1,000 shares, but 1,000 shares short there at 272 on that 272 break. Let's see if it holds here. If it ends up being a wick, I have to downsize and take it off. But 257 is the target. So it's ending up being a wick right now. Or so far. But let's see what it does. Yeah. So it might have break too prematurely there. I wanted a bigger bounce, but you might get a bounce here. And I don't like that wick. So I downsized there a little bit, 500 shares. I'll stop the rest at 282. I'm gonna give it the room on this last 500 shares. Alright, so I probably have to take a stop. Let's see if it breaks 282. Alright, if this becomes a high here, I might to re-add if it breaks like 272 again. But if it does break 282 right now, I have to take a loss. So this was the attempted inverted cup and handle, but the bounces might have been not a full bounce. but it was a 272 cup line there. It broke with a wick. So one of these wick is a short trap, so shorts might be trapped, including myself is here. 282 break is gonna take me out, which is the prior high right here. But it ends up just consolidating, having a lower high here. I'll probably look to re-add on the 272 break again. Alright, so it's 271s. So if this actually gives, yeah, so 271s. Alright, so I didn't add there. So I'll take this 271 break to add. Stop is not at 280s. I'm stopping at 280 now, which is this prior high. It's approaching it, so I might have to take it off. PRPO. But yeah, if it does top off here, I'm gonna add more through 271 break. The 5 minute is slowly catching up, so that's like not good. Alright, so I have to take a stop here. Alright, so I took it off a little late there. Pretty bad fill at 286. So that was a $88 loss. Yeah, if it end up consolidating a little longer here and then holding this 280 level as support, it's probably gonna go higher. PRPO. So yeah, $88 loss there. Just to recap, it was an inverted cup and handle, but the bounce wasn't as big as I wanted. So I took that 272 break, a little wick. I call this like a short trap wick. Like in my past like couple months, I've seen this a lot when I'm shorting, and if it ends up holding that level that it broke out like this, it usually breaks. It's usually bullish. So $86 loss or $88 loss there on PRPO. So what's my take on Ocgn exit? So Ocgn, I mentioned it was extended on the hourly chart, so it's $14 pullback is kind of expected, maybe towards the end of the day. But it does look decent. This looks like a fail flag so far, but if it consolidates, I think it will need to retest $14 first and then consolidate higher and then break like 15 later in the day or after hours for this to go higher. But in the short time frame, I think it needs to pull back to $14 before going higher. So PRPO is trending higher. If it ends up holding 280 here, I think it's gonna go higher, but it's definitely not a long trade for me because it's extended on the 15-minute chart. Okay, CTXR, this chart looks a little interesting. So it has this 238 level that I drew. Support now became resistance, and it pushed over this 238 just now. So if it ends up like holding this 238 as support, It might be a nice little flag line that can happen for this break later on CTXR. You could even buy that stopping at 234. Probably not a bad thing. And it might just consolidate higher from there. But this looks so interesting. If it actually holds here, yeah, looks like some volume picking up right now on it. So hopefully it doesn't like rip right now. Maybe just pull back, holds 238, and I'll probably take that. I'll take that flag. So it's, yeah. So one spot there was, you could buy that 238 since it was a pretty nice a level there. And that's where probably shorts has their stops are at as well. So shorts have to stop for covers. And then yeah, the 238 level buy, 234 stop. But another entry would be holding this as support and then drawing a flag line. And that could look good for break later. So let's see what happens. On CTXR, it's getting a pullback right now. So it will need to hold this for a couple of minutes. This looks interesting to reshort again. 290 risk or 288 break. So 280 break, risking 290s. But it has to break this and alright, still has a lot of strength there, so not ready. Oh yeah, tops. Super extended. Was it news? What happened? PRPO, I might take this short through 280. Might be a quick scalp, but my risk 292s. It feels a little tricky though. Let's see. 280. 268 is the target. I don't know, it might squeeze higher. But this trend line, if this trend line break, I think it looks decent. It might even not respect the 5-minute chart and goes back to the 15-minute chart. I mean, that would probably be the best case scenario. So 282. So when I try a 282 break, oh, alright, so try going in there, not getting filled. Alright, 282. Just one more attempt in this, and I might just call it a morning if I fail here. 292 is my stop. Broke down with a wick again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it just feels so extended. But maybe shorts are just getting squeezed. So this high is 289s. Oh god, I try to get filled there more, but no fills. Oh, that sucks. I was gonna fill 1,000 more shares there, but I couldn't get filled. But I'll work with what I have. So 270s does. Yeah, so let's see what happens. So this is the trend line break, but it's on the 5-minute chart, 90 MA. But based on how it consolidated, it might just break through it. I'm not sure if it'll take a bounce here. But I'm gonna hang on to this, be a little bit patient. I'll sell some sub 270s or cover some. Alright, nice. So I'm gonna cover 200 shares here. So I covered 200 shares there just on that push down, 269. So just in case it holds here, but pretty much like the way it consolidated, I feel like it might have enough long stuck that it might just push through it. It might get a 250. But yeah. So that's 267s. It is getting extended on the 1 minute, so we might get a bounce. Let's see what it does. LKCO. Oh yeah. Looks like it's going higher. For some reason, my broker, I can't trade long and short side on this for some reason. Let's see, does it still work? Oh, I guess it works now. Like a while ago, I couldn't trade the LKCO. It was like restricted. Alright, so you have a double bottom here at 267 on PRPO. So pretty strong bounce there. So that's the 5-minute bounce. Normally I would just take it all off there on the 5-minute target. But we might, let's see, we might get a so something like this would be a 5-minute reversal to the 250s. My stop's gonna be 290 on the rest here. I'm at last 300 shares. Yeah. Yeah, for LKCO, I had a restriction for a really long time on my broker. I couldn't trade both sides. It looks like they lifted for me. I could trade long now, but I don't know why. So weird. Alright, so I'm gonna hang on to my shares here. I just have 300 shares left. Took 200 right here on this bounce. Normally I would take it all off here because that's the 5-minute target, but I'm gonna hang on with a stop at 290s on the rest here. Let's see if we get a lower high and then a bounce and maybe we get a 50-minute target, 250s. But if it does, hold a higher low here, stop me out, then I have to take a loss there. But if it does set up like this, I'm gonna add some shares short there. Ocgn is actually holding trend. So yeah, OCGN looks interesting. It's over the $15 area. So PRPO, yeah, let's see this. So hourly is extended on PRPO, 15-minute is extended. So that's why I'm more short bias right now. 15-minute is tested, bouncing. Let's see what it does. And then the 1 minute, we're just gonna use, let's see if it breaks this trend line. So ideally we get another bounce here, a small bounce. And then we'll take I'll take a Rhe Aht short there on this break. But looks like it might be holding a higher low, and that means I have to take it off. It'll be the 5-minute flag break to go higher. If it does this, then I have to stop out here. 290s. It's gonna be where my stop is at. So yeah, so two things can happen. Either it'll do something like, I don't know, it might even like trap me and then go lower, but alright. So this, thinking it's a high here at 283. So last 5 minutes, 272. Yeah, it looks like it has a lot of strength to it. So yeah, it has a whole lot of strength to it. So we'll see here. I'm gonna hang on to my 300 shares here, stop at 290s. Yeah, so I have to probably stop out here. I took a stop there at 388. Total $80 loss. So I actually gained like eight bucks from that. But yeah, it looks like it still has a lot of strength. Bounce off that 5-minute chart. But hopefully that might be a fail flag, and if it does push back and lower high, I'll short it. It's definitely not long for me because it's extended on the larger time frame chart, but it could go both ways here. Okay, LKCO looks like it crashed. OCGN, It bounced off the 30-minute chart. 15, 16. Yeah, LKC looks like it died. OCGN, if it consolidates one more minute here, I might take a long. If it breaks 15.15. Yeah, PRPO. Yeah, good stop there. So PRPO broke out. I held the 5-minute chart. I stopped out there on my shorts. OCGN looks like it could be a long 15.15 break. I wanted to close this last minute candle here. Oh, okay. Broke out a little bit too early there. Alright, now the 15-minute candle is closed. So actually, since it broke out a little bit early there, if it consolidates for 5 more minutes, I'm gonna take it long there. Let it pull back and close 5 minutes. So CTXR looks alright too. Might take this. It looks a lot better than OCGN. So if this breaks 243, I'll take it long, stop at 239 or so. It's right below this. If it does break out here, 243, I'm gonna take that. Oh wow. OCGN just had like a 2 million bid. Might be breaking out too early, so I'm not gonna trade. I'm gonna CTXR. Wait, what's the CTXR? CTXR. Okay. So I'm gonna watch this one. If it breaks 243, I'm gonna take a long position. Right now it's holding oh wait, so it just broke VWAP there. But if it reclaims and breaks 243, it still looks alright. I think it's retesting this level of 238. It's a key level earlier. So Ocgn actually like broke that level. 15.15 there. Wow, HT looks like it got squeezed too. Fami's down. Yeah, CTXR pull back there. I think if it reclaims and breaks 243, I'm still interested. Set alert back at 240, 241. Goes above it. Yeah, so just to recap for today, I'm down a total of 149. Trading, I think Fami was a long trade. I took a stop down for a $69 loss, and the PR took 2 trades on it. Early stop for an $88 loss, and then I tried to short again, and I think that was like an $8 win. So it's up 80 from that, or down 80 total from that. So down 149 today, or this morning. So see what else is moving. Yeah, thanks Daniel. You have a nice day too. Yeah, so offline I'll probably watch CTXR. I think if this reclaims 240 like VWAP and breaks 243, I think it'll look good. INSNS, it was a nice trendline break here. That would have been pretty good. Yeah, I don't see anything else right now. PRPO is going higher. We might get something later. It does look like it could do a 1-minute reversal to 5-minute right now, but I don't know if I trust it. That's what it did last time and caught me. Let's see. Yeah, Ocgn broke out at 15.15. Went almost towards high of days, kind of pulling back. HT, looks like it could go both sides right now. Consolidating under VWAP. Could get a little squeeze later. Fami is getting a little bit of a squeeze. But yeah, that's all I'll probably be watching. Probably most interested in CTXR if it can reclaim, but if it doesn't, then should be a lighter day today. Hopefully tomorrow will be a lot better. Monday is usually slower. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in and supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye guys.